So it's been a little bit since I made a video, but I have some good news and some and kind of bad news for if you were watching this mainly for the Firebird videos. But anyway, that's gone. I just had some issues going on, and unfortunately, whenever you own something like that and you need money, that's always happens, and it has to go at that point. But I was able to work out a deal, so I actually made it worth it. So let me show you what that was. So I ended up trading for this 05 klx110 plus cash. So like I said, that worked out pretty good for me. And it has new tires, new plastics for the newer style. I think it's like 2010 to the current year, 24. It has a full FMF Power Core 4 and the pancake style uni air filter. I asked the kid I bought it from, is it jetted for both of those? He said yes, but the way it's running, it's definitely not. It has a lean bog. Which, these bikes have from the factory. I have no clue why, but it's got some pretty cool pro taper bars. I do adjust those up, and as much as I don't really need the leg room, but I think I would benefit from it. I just don't like the looks of the tall bars, but I do have to set this thing up for my weight and stuff though, so I do need to get a tall seat. I definitely need to get the D&M 350 shock, which hopefully it works, because all the reviews I've been reading on Amazon, I'm sure it was adjusted wrong, but like most people said, they weigh 180 pounds, they sat on the bike and they completely bottomed out just from sitting on it. So I'm sure that's just how it was set up. So I need to get that. Came with these bigger pegs, but I do have ones I bought for my my son's Suzuki JR50 that I had that should fit. And then came with this cool rear brake bracket, or the lever already. It does have a hydraulic manual clutch, which that was pretty cool, and it works, but it's because it's hydraulic. I don't know if it needs to be bled, or I just gotta check the fluid, or I need to see what kind of fluid they put in there to begin with. When I go to shift, sometimes like the shifter hangs up and it won't go into the next gear. But I also might be trying to shift way too fast, so if I slow it down, it usually works pretty good. And then it has a typical that Sprag clutch in there is on its way out, so if you kick this super hard or fast, it doesn't engage, so it won't actually turn the engine over. So I gotta get to that at some point, but I do want to get a cable style manual clutch. I'm not a fan of the hydraulic ones. Just more things that can go wrong. Same thing with the manual, the cable driven one, but with these, you can leak fluid, you can a whole bunch of other headaches that I don't want right now. But even as it sits right now, this thing, I weigh 250 pounds and this thing moves me like nothing. I do want to get the shift drum to have the 4 gears. I mean, I guess 3 is okay for now, but that's my son's over there. He just got about a month ago maybe, and I just wanted something to putt around the yard with, just so I can ride with him. I was on his 4-wheeler over there, but that thing is it's kind of getting old. I wanted something on 2 wheels, but so that's where I'm at right now. So unfortunately, like I said, the car is gone, so this bike at this point is probably going to be the main focus for now. I'm probably going to have to change my name of the channel again, just because I don't have an F body anymore. But Anyway, right now I'm gonna tackle jetting this thing. I have a 95 main and a 40 pilot, which for what I've read on all the jetting recommendations on this should be spot on. I may or may not have to get an adjustable needle or those little spacers, or even a washer that I could just put in between the spring and the needle and do it that way. But I don't know if it's going to be in this video or not, but if I do get this thing running pretty good, I'll update it in this video. But if not, this has just pretty much been a update on, you know, what's been going on so far, especially with the car, because that was kind of the main thing. So I guess that's it for now, and I'll let you know what's going to happen within the next few weeks. Well, got the carb off, and that's one issue there. I had a feeling it was going to be dirty because, like I said, if you crack the throttle too hard, it would almost bog out and die, and then idle, it would just shut off, but once I got to kick it over, it starts right back up. So I knew it was something to do with the idle jet was probably plugged, but that is ridiculous. And then also in there, things pretty filthy. I can only imagine what's going to pop out of me when I take this bowl off. But also, the gas in the tank didn't smell too bad, but when I drained the little bit out of the bottom of this carb, it's actually sitting over here. I want to see if you can see it. Once I find a place to put this down, it's not going to make it even dirtier than it already is. Yeah, I know this battery powered thing is still good for something. Well, all that stuff floating in it, I think that was in this bottle to begin with, but there's bubbles in there, so there's definitely water in there. But oh yeah, so like I said, I'm gonna hammer this out, get that all cleaned up, and I'm actually gonna pick up also too when I crack this open. I want to see what jets are actually in there. So I don't know, these things are weird, but I think 05 to like 09 or something, the stock main jet could have been anywhere from a 80 to 85. This year supposedly has a 85 and a 38 pilot, so we'll see. So I got the bowl off, and honestly it don't look too bad in there, but like I figured, the main jet was an 85, so that's the stock one, but the pilot jet was a 40, so I am still going to replace that one. The ones I got weren't for this bike exactly. I wasn't sure they were going to fit in there, so I just got them. They were like $3 each, but they're too big, so I had to go on somewhere's, order just a 95 main jet for this. No, I might just keep the 40 pilot that's in it. But either way, the pilot jet for that was completely clogged. There's zero light showing through it, so I don't even know how this thing was idling. But I mean, that's definitely why it kept shutting off. I had a feeling about that anyway, but so either way, I'm just gonna get all this stuff cleaned up. I'm gonna put it back on and see if it's any better. Well, a couple hours later, I finally have the carb back on. It was dirty, but it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. But if I haven't said it, like I said, the pilot jet was completely clogged. There was zero light coming through it. The main jet was fine, but I am gonna have to get a jet kit anyway because the 85 in there ain't cutting it. But I did figure out why it didn't seem like the choke was working, because it wasn't. The actuator inside of the carb and the little plastic piece on the side with the spring had some gunk in there, so that was pretty much stuck. So I blasted all that out, put some WD-40 on there, and now it works exactly how it should. Because every time I go to start this, it wasn't bad, but unless I give it gas, it wouldn't start, obviously, because of the pilot jet. But when I was pulling the choke lever in and out, it didn't change the idle at all. So I knew it wasn't working, or the carb was severely dirty. But so let me show you. So that's all on. I drained most of the gas out because I can't really lean the bike on the stand, but most of it's out. Anyway, enough of it. So I'm going to put some fresh 93 from Sunoco in there, and so everything else seems good. I do got to clean the air filter. I got to oil it, and then yeah, so everything's going good so far. But what's I gonna say over here? So this is a full FMF. I did a spark plug. I changed the oil and the filter. That pretty sure I had water in it because I had bubbles in it too. It was also very, very thin, and it had like no viscosity left to it at all. And then I take the filter housing out, and it's got a bunch of crud in it, but I didn't see any metal shavings, so that's good. But that's all taken care of. But if you don't know, these take 10W40, and I don't know how many different things I went through, but I didn't want to use synthetic because I didn't want any clutch problems. So I just used Valvoline 1040s, made for dirt bikes and motorcycles. I got it from AutoZone. It wasn't very expensive at all. I think it was like $6-7, maybe, in that range. But yeah, so these take 1.1 liters or quarts or whatever. I just put a quart in, it's full. You probably can't see it, but in that little sight glass, it's right up to that second line. So there's 2 lines on this sight wall, and then generally it can be in between it and be fine, but the top one is full and the bottom one is almost empty. When I went to go look at this before I even changed the oil, I did not see nothing there. And there's maybe half a quart in there. But I do have to get a cradle for it. I think I have the foot pegs that I bought for like I said, my son's other bike that should fit this, and I can't find them. It's driving me nuts. But I do want to get a shifter, or shifter, Kickstarter, or at least get the rubber part for it. And I do want to get a shifter because the one over there is kind of getting rusted. But I mean, that's all working. So now I just got to get some gas. I don't really want to start it without the air filter, but I'm impatient, and I would have to wait for the filter to probably dry all night, and then wait for me tomorrow to get the oil. But I probably am going to wait because I just went through all that work to clean the carb and don't want to have to redo it again. Which I'm going to have to, I'll already have to take it apart anyway because I have to throw that 95 main jet. So that's going to do it for this video. Hopefully this is something you guys can get into. I don't know. Pit bikes are the new thing, I guess. I mean, I've always wanted one, but because I watch, Braden Price and all these other people do stuff on little 110s, and it looks pretty fun. Obviously, I don't have enough room around here to do the stuff they do, but enough to have fun. Side note, the other day, I went to go start this, and it wasn't starting, and finally I heard a pop. I looked back, and this thing flew at least 10 plus feet out the back. But I swear if I had $1 for every time I forgot that. Also, my son's four-wheeler, he has one in his dirt bike now, which was in his four-wheeler first, and I just kept turning it over and turning it over, and why ain't this starting? And then I look and oh, that's why. So don't forget your wash plugs. But thank you for watching, and hopefully you guys keep watching.